Hello. So we took a little bit of a break from YouTube's. Sorry about that. Yeah, a lot of things have been happening in my life. Oh, first off, I adopted a kitten. Hi, this is Sparrow, S-P-E-R-O. How old are you now? Can you guys hear that? All he's doing is purring. Yeah, this was a kind of a crazy decision. I've known for a long time that I've wanted a second cat. Kel was just in here. Oh, he's over there now. Yeah, I've known for a really long time that I've wanted a second cat. I just haven't gotten one because my apartment's really small, hasn't worked out. When I adopted Kel, it was like the perfect right decision. When it was time for a second cat, that it would also be the perfect right decision. Everything would line up. And it did. It did. And that's how this little boy came into my life. And he is such a sweetheart. All he does is purr and make biscuits all day long. Since my last video, which I was just gonna look up, I think I last posted sometime in early May. And right now it's mid-July, so we'll call it 2 months. Do you mind? That's my armpit. I have also gotten sick multiple times. I think I've had 2 colds. One lasted about 2 weeks. One lasted about a really long weekend, so aka 4 days. Oh, I am getting my health finally checked up on. I'm trying to do a sleep study, but it seems that they are tricky little buggers. Oh, I know you guys can't see it, but he is trying to fall asleep in my arms right here. Oh my goodness, he's so precious. A lot of migraines, a lot of sleep issues, a lot of taking care of a kitten, which is so much freaking work. I think I'm on week 3 of having him. A lot of stress at my job, which news, I am attempting to leave my job. My job doesn't know that, unfortunately, for them. I am trying to figure out a way where I could make my art my living, but I am looking at painting, crochet, upcycling different clothes, all that kind of stuff kind of coming together and seeing how I could put that into my Etsy and make that my full-time career, along with still doing my content creation and focusing my content creation around that. It's just been a lot to focus on. Some of the things I have been working on, besides what you're about to see, I did this whole entire blanket, which if you watch my shorts, you'll get to see me make it. It is a great blanket. I still need to post the last day of me making it though. It's finished now. One of the big things, if you are sticking around for a while, I moved a bunch of my furniture. So this is my office. You guys probably don't even recognize this. So this couch was from downstairs, and I literally never used this couch downstairs because of where it was. There was a longer couch and I used that one, and then I had the short one in like a weird spot. So I brought this upstairs and I moved my white bookcase downstairs, and I moved one of my desks, because I have 2 desks, downstairs. And now I use this couch all the time, and so do the cats. The cats love this being here, which is great because they never used it downstairs either, which is so funny. Cats are weird, guys. Organizing this office has been a huge undertaking. I moved this entire couch upstairs by myself, which was insane. Cannot believe I did that. Probably shouldn't have done that. I still need to put the feet back on this couch, but honestly, I'm kind of loving it being close to the ground. I'm gonna take you back about 2 months right now, and I'm going to take you to, I was doing a month-long vlog. Honestly, at this point in time right now, I don't remember what that vlog was about. I didn't write it down. Here's the content. I think it's time we finally start the May crochet vlog. It's May 9th, my dudes, and I have been quite busy. May is always a busy month for me. Oh, would you like to go? There's a wasp outside my window. I knew it was going to be busy this month. I knew I needed to pick a challenge for the entire month that I was going to be able to do relatively easy. I didn't want to do anything hard. So this month, my goal for the month is just to use up yarn that I already own. Don't buy new yarn, use the yarn I already own. I would call this like a stash buster, I guess, like in another life, except I've had a few comments recently, which I get is very funny, because I will call something that looks like this scrap yarn. If I've used it even a little bit, I'm like, okay, scrap. This month, my goal is, instead of just calling it like scraps and stuff, we're just gonna focus on yarn that I own and using it up as much as possible. I wasn't able to crochet a ton, but I have been able to finish one project so far this month, which is my crochet poncho, and I have been like sharing videos about this on my shorts, so if you want to like see some progress about this, you can go and watch those, but I will put it on right now for you. I think this is so freaking cute. It is based off of the like 6-day star blanket. I also kind of feel like an octopus when I wear this, you know, like the octopus in Finding Nemo. One of my tentacles is shorter than the other, but when I swirl it around like this, you can't really tell. It is a combination of this red maroon yarn is wool. This white yarn is, I think it's polyester mixed with acrylic, and this black yarn is just all acrylic. This is the red heart, and I don't really know what these other two are, but I had fun with it. I'm gonna tie in all my ends, I'm gonna wash it, and then I am gonna list it on Etsy. My goal all along was to list it on Etsy. I just wanted to have fun and like try out the pattern and see what I could do with it, and I definitely want to make some tweaks to it and make some more. The big thing that I need to work on like this weekend is my mother's birthday present. So if you watched my, which video was it? My Week of Whips video, I talked about my mother's birthday present. So I am making her a replacement cardigan because she bought this beautiful green cardigan in Ireland when we went in 2019, right before COVID. Thank the Lord. And she accidentally washed and dried it and it shrunk down to like child size. So I am surprising her by making her a new one. And this is the yarn I am using. And I have made this much progress on it so far. Today's the 9th. Her birthday is the 18th. If I remember correctly, we're celebrating it on the 17th. I basically started at the neckline as if it was a raglan, except I didn't connect over. You can see like where it's loose here. And then I just worked my way down similarly to a raglan until it was long enough for armholes, and now I'm just going to be working the body down the rest of the way until it's long enough. And then what I would like to do is, because it's a cardigan, and her old cardigan was a zip up, I bought some zippers, although I realized after I got them, none of these are the type that you need for a cardigan, because like cardigans, like it needs to like stay on one side but undo on the other side, so these won't work, but I'll keep these because I'll use them for like bags or something. So I need to finish the length so I can know how long it is, so I can go to the store and buy like the right length of zipper. Okay, so this is 2 balls of skeins, hanks, I always forget the difference, whatever, of yarn, of the bulky yarn. Here we go. I definitely need to do a third one to get the length right. My mother is smaller than me. I'm 5'11", she's 5'4". It's giving May the 4th be with you meets cottagecore meets I'm having a wool allergy and I really want to take this off. Okay, so I've gotten low enough on the cardigan that I can measure it. I need a zipper that's 20 inches. I also have a package that I need to drop off at the post office. So I'm gonna make this one trip, drop this off, go to Michael's, hopefully get a zipper. Dear Lord, I hope Michael's has zippers. Sorry, you're on my phone and the AC is loud. Shit, did you just connect to my car? Slightly new angle. I went in, I found the zippers. It took me forever to freaking find the zippers. So I got 2. I don't know if these are even gonna be the right type that I need to get, but I figured I got a dark one, which I think is actually navy. I don't think it's black. And I got one that's kind of a cream color because if they are the right one, I'm really not sure which one is going to like look better. My gut feeling is cream, but that might also just look crazy. So I also got this because they were like $2. And then I had a $10 voucher, so I didn't want to just like waste it on that. So I also got black dye, because this is always great to have on hand, especially if you wear like a lot of black clothing. And then they literally never have this purple, never. So I just bought a roll of it. I want to open one of these up and see if it's the right kind of zipper. They also didn't have 20 inches, so I had to go to 22 inches, which I think will be fine. Oh, I don't think it's the right kind of zipper. I got it. It's called a separating zipper. I had to get it at 24 inches instead of 20. That's fine, it'll just be a little bit longer than I was planning. This one's actually really cute. It's got gold and brown, which I think will work way better. It's called a fashion zipper. It was $2. Yay, okay, time to head home. I'm home and I'm officially off work. Here's my package, order, purchase. Before I sit down and work again on crochet, most likely my mother's birthday present, I feel like I need to clean my freaking office. This office, it is not as bad as it has been in the past, but I like cleaned it maybe a month ago. Dude, I am talking here. And I literally like vacuumed it today, so it already is much better than it was. I have let it kind of run amok and I'm sick and tired of that, so I need to get some things handled. As a creative person, I keep it very disorganized, as you can see. Back here we just have in this box is like something that needs to be returned. There's random stuff back there. Cat treats. This is something for work. This is nail stuff all over here. This is more nail stuff that is taking over the boys' spot. This is something that I need to tie my ends in. This is my current project. I'm fine with this. My personal laptop. Some of the stuff over there is fine. Some of that needs to like be cleaned up. These are books that need to go on my TBR shelf, which is this shelf, but I haven't done it because the only spot that's available is the bottom and I had this in the way. So like that needs to get moved. This is just my scrap yarn slash there are like a few projects that I finished down here. That's not where they belong. And then I have like this, which is just like these monsteras that I crocheted a while ago, and I was going to make a blanket out of them and then said I'm not going to do that. So I have an idea for what I want to do with them, but I keep them all in there. This is my work laptop for when I work from home. This is a box of like squares or other little things that I've crocheted, and I honestly need to go through it and decide if I'm keeping them or not. That is yarn that I know what I'm doing with it. All of my books, they can stay. I probably should like take them off the shelves and clean the shelves and maybe reorganize them a bit, but I've gone through them recently because that is the pile that I am selling online, and I've already like sold a few, so they've been like moved, but I want to move that pile somewhere like maybe on top of the shelf where there's some free space so it's not just like sitting in the middle of the floor. All of that just needs to be cleaned up. My printer. If you have been following the saga, I got it to work. I got it to freaking work. So now I need to take all the crap off of it. All off around it because it's like accumulated stuff over the past few months when it hasn't been working. And then this is my pile of things that need to be, well, the top thing is a project for me to keep. I just need to sew in my ends, but everything underneath it, I need to either sew in the ends and then list on Etsy, or they're ready to just be like listed on Etsy and I'm just being lazy. I feel like I'm a really organized person, except when I get like in the groove. Yeah, my artistic side comes out and I get really disorganized. The two sides like fight with each other and it's bad because like I just want to be free flowing and doing what I want, but the organized side says like I can't do anything until I clean up. So I think I've mentioned a few times that I have been crocheting like actively for the past 2 years, but on and off since I was about 8 years old, so for the past 20 years. And what's kind of crazy to me is this current project that I am finally deciding to unwind was one that I started working on in high school, and that's kind of the reason why I'm unwinding it is because this is nothing that I will ever use. Back in high school, I thought it'd be really fun to crochet my first blanket. And of course, as a high schooler, I didn't have the concentration, the patience, whatever, to finish it. But it's kind of crazy because this piece of fabric, cloth, whatever you want to call this, has followed me for the past 10 years. And I'm more than that, because I would have been probably a sophomore or junior, and I'm finally deciding to unwind it. Because I just realized I'm never going to finish it, and I don't want to use it for anything. It's getting unwound, which is a little bittersweet, to be honest. I do remember working on it like in my childhood bed, which is actually still my same bed. It's just followed me here. I don't regret taking it apart. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I hate that I've like carried it so many places. I've moved a few times since then, and it's come with me every single time. And now it'll be like used for a much better purpose. While I am taking this apart, let me kind of explain the little piles that I made while I went through that box. So I made 1, 2, 3 piles. The pile 4 actually, technically, because I have this. This is gonna be saved. I will use these. I think they'd make a really cute like front of a tote bag. So that's the plan. I just need to find somewhere to keep them. I'm not done like cleaning off my desk and everything, so they will find a home. This pile here is all going to be unwound, which is good because I do need some more scrap yarn. I'm working on that scrap yarn skirt, if you watched my week of making whips video. So I like run out of scraps, like little itty bitty scraps, and this will be good because this will give me a lot more smaller scraps. I made a pile over there that is, I'm actually like went through them, and I remembered the project that I had wanted to do. And when I went through the granny squares that I had made already for it, I was like, I actually really like all the granny squares I made. So I don't know if I will continue on with the same project that I had originally planned, but I'm going to keep the granny squares at least for now. Some of which I had sewn together, some of which I hadn't. And I will come back to that at some point and decide if I want to finish that project or not, but I really liked those granny squares. And then I had a trash pile, and the reason why I decided to trash some versus like unwinding them is when I first came back into crochet about 2 years ago, I just went on Amazon, and because I was like not sure if I really wanted to be getting back into crochet, so I bought, I already had my hooks and everything still from when I was working on crochet in the past. And I just bought a pack of like the cheapest acrylic yarn known to man. And it's like really scratchy and irritating and not great yarn. And I always just used that yarn. It came with like 36 different colors or something. I used that yarn to just practice whenever I needed to make a square after I like realized like, yeah, I do want to do this moving forward. So those squares, while they weren't necessarily bad, I have nothing to use them for, and I don't want that yarn. It's like a fire hazard. It's so awful to touch. So I don't want that yarn, and I'm not gonna take them apart. Also, it'd be kind of difficult to take apart, so I'm just gonna throw them out. I think that's gonna happen a lot as I continue to crochet, and as my like skills increase, I'm going to like elevate the supplies I use slowly over time, and then my old supplies are just going to, don't touch my yarn, are just going to like become obsolete. So like while I have all of this yarn right now that I love and cherish, I do feel like one day I'm gonna be like, ooh, I don't really care for like this weight for average yarn. It has been a long day. It's 7:30 p.m. in case that wasn't clear. I finished for the day at least organizing this room. It's looking a lot freaking better. I should probably show you. I unwound, frogged all of that yarn stuff. I don't really have a place to put that yarn, so it's living on my desk. I'm watching Bones. So that's a mess. But I organized that. That's all scrap yarn down there. All up here is yarn that hasn't been touched yet. This is the yarn that I am going to be giving away. And then look, there's nothing on my floor. Everything is so much better. And I started working on just a beanie that's gonna be like made out of all the scraps that I have on my desk, so that they at least like go somewhere, because I'm like way too tired to work on anything else. I think today I made up for the fact that I haven't filmed anything this entire month. I am working on my mother's cardigan today. I just added the next few rows so that it's long enough for the zipper. It is longer than I would have liked, but I actually, putting it on myself, think my mom will like it a little bit longer, so I think we're good there. Right, I have an idea in my head for how to do this, but I just want to make sure like what I'm thinking makes the most sense. And then of course next is going to be sleeves, but I'd rather do the zipper when I don't have like the sleeves also being a pain in my butt. Last night, I'm really not sure what I did, but my left shoulder started hurting so freaking bad, and I did like everything under the sun I could think of to help alleviate the pain, and eventually I just went to bed with it hurting. Ow, I didn't know touching it was gonna hurt that bad. And I woke up this morning and it still hurts really bad. My only theory can be I did injure it. I've injured it a few times in my life, but I injured it somewhat recently when I had to fall down my stairs, and we're having a really bad front right now. I do kind of have the theory that I might have arthritis in my shoulder and the front is like aggravating it. I hope it's not that, because that means that every time we have a front like this, I might be in this kind of pain. I can't think of what else it could be. So I'm moving pretty slow, even though it's my left shoulder. Every time, like, that isn't used a ton for what I'm doing, but it's crazy how much I do use my left arm in things. Like, I can't get past that. It's kind of crazy. Tomorrow's Mother's Day. This isn't the gift that I'm doing for Mother's Day. This is gonna be for my mom's birthday, which will be next Saturday. So I have a whole week. There's no but. I don't know where I was going with that. I made this hat last night when I was getting ready for bed, out of all the scraps, and I really like it, so I'm gonna keep it. It's got green, blue, and orange, and then just white double-stranded beanie. I tried it on. I have a bun in right now, so I'm not gonna put it on for you guys, but I tried it on and it's so freaking cute. And I don't wear a ton of beanies because they tend to get caught up in my jewelry, specifically my snug and my double helixes on this side. But when they're like this, it's a little bit better and they don't get as caught up, so I'm hoping that will just work out. I really wanted to vacuum once again, but the cat is asleep on the floor and he's so precious back there, so I'm not gonna bother him. I got the zipper on. Oh, I cannot lift my left arm that high. After I got the zipper on, I realized that it was still too high, so this is where the cardigan actually like ended with the like height. So I did continue to sew it into the neckline, and then I did another row of single crochet so that it looks just seamless, and I crocheted over top of the end so that it just like smoothly goes in. I also did another row of single crochets on the bottom and did the same thing over the bottom of the zipper here where there was like a little bit of plastic. The plastic was hard to crochet into. I had to get a seam ripper and use the like pointy end to like stab into the plastic. and then use a tapestry needle to like sew the thread through. But otherwise, this was really easy to do. I just lined up the zipper on both sides, but then went one side at a time, just sewing the zipper, as you can kind of see, directly into the single crochet back loops. And it looks really, really, really good. Here, I'll try it on for you guys. It is a little bit painful for me to be like put things on and off right now. This is what we're looking at. And honestly, it's so cute as a vest. Oh my goodness, like, I kind of wish I was leaving it as a vest because this is adorable. Hello, May vlog. So it's been a few days. Today is the 16th. My shoulder is doing a lot better right now, but I unfortunately got incredibly sick. Like, I got a cold. It's not COVID, it's not strep. I tested for COVID, and I had my friend who is like gone through medical school call me on the phone, and we did like a over the phone test for strep. So it's probably just a head cold. But yesterday I lost my voice completely, and today it's kind of coming back. I don't know how weird it sounds right now. It's way better today. So I'm filming for you all. If you want to hear how bad it sounded, I did film a clip for my I don't know what the title of the video is, but it's where I'm making my star blanket, so I'll have it tagged video. But I'm just I took the day off today. It's Friday, did I actually say the 16th? In 2 days, I am going over to my mother's, and I will be giving her her birthday gift. So I need to finish this. I've started one sleeve, and I need to like do the same thing on the other side, and then because this is the part that is like different, but from here on out it will just be double crochets all the way down. I did go over to her house, and while she wasn't in the room, I snuck into her closet and I measured sleeve length against my arm, so I know how long I need to make her sleeve.